Aranda talked about it. He said a lot of the reason why he didn't want to tap into it last year is that he didn't want his current guys to feel like, hey, I'm looking elsewhere. I don't believe in you. And that's not where Aranda's going with this. But I think, college football, the landscape, that's where we're at right now. We're tapping into the transfer portal. That's where teams are getting talent. And the Bears, they finally stepped into that too.
Well, you thought madness only happened in March. Well, trust me, it happens in January too. Texas serves Baylor their second straight road loss of the season with the Longhorns' first buzzer beater win since 2015. We're here at the Duel on the Brazos in Waco. I'm here with Marty Logan. He's been doing this for how many years, Marty? A long time.
What they call a seasoned racer.
A seasoned racer, you heard that. So unlike most of his teammates who head home for dinner after practice, running back Kenneth Johnson heads off the field, hits the stables, and lets Buster here do the running. A Lake Belton Shoemaker battle instant classic made its way to Leo Buckley, but this time the Broncos came out on top, 44-35 final, and they take home our Week 4 Game of the Week trophy. Congrats, guys! Welcome into McLean Stadium, where football is back and all is right in the world, except maybe not for those Baylor Bears as they hosted Texas State for the season opener and a night on the Brazos. And the Bobcats, well, they arrived in Waco with one goal: shock the entire state. He scoops it up, hugs the line, walks the tightrope practically, books it all the way to the end zone. Bailey, I may be from California, but this ain't my first rodeo. I got my hat on, my boots are kicking, I'm ready to go. We're just about an hour away from day 2 festivities kicking off here at the Bell County Rodeo. Golf in Central Texas, no, not the kind with the club, but a disc. Athletes from all over the country have made their way to the course to show their skills at the Waco Annual Charity Open. Plus, Blake Shapen has been day-to-day throughout this week, but you may see him start under center, and it all goes down tomorrow with kick at 2:30 Central Time, and I'll have a front row seat to all the action. That is if there's no alligator that's about to pop out and attack me on this dog. The Bears trailing by 4 going into the first half, but second half a completely new team. Sarah Andrews absolutely on fire from the arc, and Bella Fauntleroy with a 21-point career high from double twos. Welcome into the Foster Pavilion, where a new year means a new era of Baylor basketball, and it all starts tonight as the men host Cornell with that tip right here at 7 p.m. And I mean, Ben, what a way to start the new year.
It's about tempo, right? And that's what we saw in the second half. Did I take that one too, Seth?
No, go for it. No, it's team effort, guys. We're all on here.
Final score 57-13, and joining me now is one of the stars of the show, quarterback Dylan Plake, the senior. I mean, Dylan, how does it feel to have game 1, a big-time win under your belt?
It's definitely a big accomplishment.
Well, the first Saturday night in McLean Stadium may be one that a lot of Baylor fans want to forget. Lorena is home to one family who will forever have ties to the Leopards. The Henry name is imprinted all over the record books, starting with John, who played on varsity in the late 1980s. Now fast forward to the last couple of seasons, and his son Braylon is upholding the Henry legacy.
I get a little bit emotional talking about it because at one point in time, my jersey was retired. But they finally brought it out of retirement, I guess, because he was coming up so he could wear it.
"34 years ago, Lorena was home to one of the best running backs in the state of Texas.
So I'm walking around in the locker room, I'm looking, and I'm on the, the junior varsity side where I was the year before. So I'm looking around, and all of a sudden, I go to the coach. I say, "Coach Crawford, where's my locker?" He goes, "Did you go look on the other side?" I said, "No, sir." So I go look on the other side, and it was like, I'm on varsity?
Henry put on a show, rushing for over 5,700 yards during his career, a record that still stands today. During his senior season, he racked up 41 rushing touchdowns, a record his son Braylon Henry was now chasing.
I mean, we talked about it at the beginning of the season, but I was just like, there's no way, because I was just coming off a knee injury. So last year I was just battling a knee injury, and I was just trying to make it through my junior year, just trying to give everything I can for my team. But this year, at the beginning, I was just like, I'm going to do my best, and we'll see what happens.
Finally, he was able to play running back his senior year. It was always, "Dad, I'm going to break your record." I said, "I hope you do. It'd be nice for you to break my record because you're my son. What better person to break my record than my only son?"
Henry lined up as a direct snap. Gets it. Henry diving forward. Is in. Touchdown Leopards.
On Friday night against Franklin, Braylon Henry scores his 42nd single-season rushing touchdown, breaking his dad's record, and the best part is his dad, John Henry, was there to see the whole thing happen. So, John, walk me through that moment. Braylon walks over the goal line, scores his 42nd touchdown of the season, and you were there to see the whole thing happen. How does that feel?
It feels great. I mean, what better person than break my record than my only son, you know? Like I said, his grandmother was proud of him from scoring that touchdown and making history as well as I did.
And what immediately went through your head in that moment?
Well, I can tell you one thing is she was happy. She was grateful that he did it. I know because she touched me at one point in time. I know she did, and said, boy, you ought to be proud of your son. And that's when I knew he did the job.
And I think the end zone feels a little bit like home. You feel pretty comfortable here, don't you?
Oh, yeah, real comfortable. I mean, like I said, I went to school here from kindergarten until I graduated. And as you can see, we're still here.
Talent runs in the Henry DNA, racking up resumes with state title rings.
I mean, it was really special because, I mean, we both been through that moment. We were both backup running backs, starting linebackers, and we pretty much had almost the same stats. It was just like him watching himself whenever he was growing up.
Like father, like son. 34 years apart.
My dad always told me to make my own footsteps and not to follow his own footsteps and people along the journey. So I kind of just made my own footsteps. We both wear number 2 though, but we both have different footsteps.
Same name, same jersey number, but different records. That's gotta live between y'all for a long time. What is that gonna be like? I need to know.
I won't be making fun of him now.
Well, you know, the other really joke is, I was like, okay, Braylon, you got yours in 3A. I got mine in 2A. So I still got you.
John also has a leg up on Braylon after being inducted into the Texas High School Football Hall of Fame for his on-field accomplishments. Braylon may be graduating this year, but hey, for the Henry family, Lorena will always be home. This day was not easy for Sonia Ali, but with the support of just some of the athletes Jeff inspired, she opened up to share the pain and joy they experienced together.
Just what's given me peace and strength is just knowing that he's not hurting anymore, because I watched it.
7 years ago, Sonia Ali married the love of her life, and in November of 2021, their world changed.
He was showing signs in his hands. He was losing coordination, and he was losing kind of like his muscle mass in his hands.
Her husband, Jeff Ali, was diagnosed with ALS, but their life didn't stop. You could still find him sitting in his wheelchair outside the dugout for every Icon baseball game.
They knew, you know, how much he loved them. And it just, that respect and that bond that they had, you know, with him, just, it can't be described.
It was a kind of bond that lasts forever.
Jeff didn't treat baseball just as a game. He treated it as a way of life, and he treated us as family.
On February 1st, that family lost their warrior.
And then I checked on him about an hour later. I adjusted his blankets and stuff, and something just told me to touch his chest. I didn't feel anything.
Jeff may be gone, but he'll still be at every baseball game. Just now, in spirit.
It's going to be hard to step on that field knowing Jeff's gone and not on the field with me, but what I'm going to be thinking is doing it for Jeff, doing everything I do on that field for Jeff.
For Sonia, Icon baseball is one way to carry on his legacy.
When I look at the kids, I will see him.
She'll see his smile, his laugh, his love for baseball, and for everyone.
That's all I want to remember him in that way, and not him being sick.
As I was leaving Sonia's house today, this beautiful bouquet behind me sat in the living room. It was from Jeff. He knew he was facing his final days and he scheduled a delivery just in case he couldn't be here to deliver these himself. He may no longer be on this earth, but he made sure that he will forever be Sonia's Valentine. To honor his life, a celebration service will be held tomorrow at noon at Vintage Church in Belton.